Welcome back to We Are Black 1492, where we continue our journey to the infamous Black Wall Street of Winston-Salem, the Depot Street community.
All right, guys, so today we're going to pick up where we left off with the Patterson YMCA here in the Depot Street or modern-day Patterson Avenue community. Now, I'll pull back up to Lloyd Presbyterian, which is a historic location that I mentioned in prior posts, and they have a little bench area here, which is pretty interesting. May want to see if I can renovate it. Just a little paint would help. But yeah, a nice little area. We're just going to be doing a little bit of reading today, getting a little bit more detail about how the community effectively pushed forward the Patterson YMCA into existence by working in unity on all levels. But let's go ahead and start reading. Efforts to open a YMCA for Winston-Salem's Black community have begun by 1919. When North Carolina's YMCA State Secretary held meetings with leaders in the local Black community about the idea above left. It took several years to establish the branch, however. So now we're going to be looking at an article. It's not too long, so bear with me, but an article about this development. And it was printed in the Winston-Salem Journal on Tuesday, June 3rd, 1919. The title says, YMCA building is being considered for colored boys in city. Conference of leading colored citizens with State Secretary Huntington and Mr. Adder here last night. Began activity when Mr. Craig returns. And we begin. Agitation for YMCA organization and building for the colored young men of Winston-Salem took on a more stable and surer aspect at a conference held last night by some of the leading colored citizens of the city, with Mr. G.C. Huntington of Charlotte, YMCA Secretary for North Carolina, and Mr. C.E. Adder, after-war work secretary in this city. If you have the time, look at those names and see if y'all can find anything or any information about them. If you do, comment a link or anything below. And we continue. Attending this conference were Dr. W.H. Bruce, attorney, James S. Lanier, Dr. H.H. Hall, and J.W. Gray, colored war work secretary. The need for a YMCA organization for the colored boys of the city has been apparent to both colored and white people of Winston-Salem for some time, and a meeting last night was held as a result of increased talk recently. This was one of the objects of the visit of Mr. Huntington at this time. The proposition was talked over at the meeting, the plans being to have a modest but properly fitted building with reading rooms, classrooms, social rooms, baths, swimming pool, located in a convenient place for the colored boys of the city. The colored citizens believe that they can raise the necessary funds and are anxious to begin more extensive preparations. There's community. It's a group effort, and it took a group effort to make this Patterson YMCA possible. It was decided, however, to await the return of Mr. Allen M. Craig, General Secretary of the local YMCA, who was supposed to have landed in New York Sunday, having sailed from London on May 23rd. When Mr. Craig has resumed his work in this city, it is expected to take up the colored YMCA proposition and push it to a rapid consummation. Now, here's the thing about this article that I like. Yes, there's historic names that we may not know much about these people that are mentioned, but we saw that there were levels of Black people in positions, not in positions, in the general community who were doing the work to push this forward for the community, for the children, for the next generation. And that's what we have to do nowadays if we want to see change, if we want to see more for the next generation, for those who come after us, for our children. We have to work as a community. We have to work in unity. We have to work on one on all levels. No matter if you're a doctor, no matter if you're just a normal, everyday, blue-collar worker, it doesn't matter. Coming together as one is going to be key. But yeah, guys, that's the article for today. And we will continue on our interesting journey through our Black past here in Winston-Salem next time. So you guys have a great Wednesday.